circus. I'm recruiting. I'm taking everyone who passes judgment, bitch. That's including everyone who thinks it's so amusing to put me down while I'm pursuing the keyboard warriors that live online behind the screen. That's just an illusion. Come join my circuit.
Crazies, man. Y'all are in the lab. Lee here to see, man. Y'all saw that title too as well. We are talking about some TikToks to make you go, That is right, TikToks to make you go, make you laugh, make you think, man, even make you just forget about some of that nasty, terrible, bad juju that might have followed you around last week. But before we get this going, y'all remember, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and leave me those comments down below about which one of these TikToks you were shocked by and made you think and go, and also which ones that made you laugh, as well as, you already know, grab you something to drink, grab you something to indulge in, and enjoy some TikToks to make you go,
I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Titanic survivor claimed the iceberg never hit the ship. He shared a room on the Titanic with 2 other men. On the night of April 15th, all 3 of them was woken up and thrown out of bed following a sound that sounded like a loud explosion. All of them rushed out the room quick to find out the ship was flooding. All 3 of the men jumped in the water with their vests on. Shortly after, they was all separated and never seen each other again. But just as the man started to lose his strength and couldn't swim anymore, a lifeboat was going past him and able to help him up and rescue him. And he managed to make it to the United States alive, but he was never under the intention that an iceberg caused the ship to sink. He always thought it was
Pay attention. I believe one person is creating the emergency. This is how.
Check this shit out.
Question. Do you feel anything?
My stomach is a little upset.
Interesting. That's actually a side effect for the very sensitive. Number 2 and Rhonda, please engage the receivers. Thank you. Now, it looks normal, but listen to what's underneath.
The missing are missing. They're only departed. Poison apples. Pardon possession of book on the shore.
What were those?
Those are the hidden messages that are being broadcast on every TV and radio, and they're infecting our minds without us even knowing they're there. The emergency is caused by subliminal messages.
Manipulation sub rosa.
Yes. It's taken a long time for me to put this together. The sender of these messages is putting our psyches under siege.
Why would someone do that?
When people are anxious or frightened, they're more susceptible to suggestion. They panic, they turn on each other. I mean, look how people are treating each other now. Aggressive, suspicious, unkind.
It's all part of the plan.
We are being softened up.
That sounds bad.
It is. These messages are increasing in frequency and getting stronger. Our society is fragile and so much closer to the breaking point than we've ever been. And almost no one is aware enough to fight it.
Why are those children's voices?
People aren't naturally suspicious of children. Your voices don't trigger our defenses. Using children to send the messages makes them virtually undetectable.
Shouldn't you just, I don't know, call the cops?
Wish it were that easy.
You have a phone, right?
But the government agencies that could have helped have been dismantled. You have to understand me. Good women and men who worked for them have gone missing.
But you've got the evidence.
Oh, Rainey. Proof is useless unless it's proof of something people already want to believe. And I'm afraid no one wants to believe this. However, I have finally discovered where the messages are coming from.
Life hacks.
It's you and me. And if only could, I'd make a deal with God, and I'd get him to swap our places. We're running up that road. We're running up.
This girl has hasn't washed her hair in 20 years, and you will not believe what they found inside of it. This little girl's name was Amanda, and she was the happiest little kid. Everyone liked her around the school, and she had very long blonde hair. But at the end of grade 6, she decided to shave her head because her brother was diagnosed with cancer. She sent a picture of her newly shaved head to her boyfriend via email, and he was disgusted. Matter of fact, he was so disgusted that he broke up with her at school and humiliated her in front of everyone. So she made a promise to herself that she would never wash or cut her hair for the rest of her life. Years started to pass, and when she went to high school, her hair looked like this. 20 years later, someone found her in a store in California, and obviously she hasn't washed her hair since then. A news company approached her about her hair, and you will have no idea what came out of it. They found thousands of maggots living in her hair. Ugh.
Even though I've never been there, y'all know I mess with Haiti heavy. They don't take no bull crap at all. And news medias ain't covering this. Y'all probably don't even know. TikTok, hear me loud and clear. This is for educational purposes only. There is revolutionary protesting happening in Haiti right now for the same things that we're going through in America, and we not doing nothing about it. This is real life today. They're protesting because the cost of living has increased, the lack of jobs, and the basic necessities like clean drinking water. And if Isis Wisdom wouldn't have pointed out, I probably wouldn't even know what's going on. There are gangs there that are raiding and killing neighborhoods. They have no say-so of who speaks and is in control of the country, because other countries are involved with governing them. As you can see, the sent armed vehicles to fight against gangs, basically the protesters. Because not to mention they're throwing tear gas, 200 plus people have been killed, shot, and bodies even burnt, just from protesting. We're not even going to mention the raids of people being killed in their neighborhoods by these gangs. But the protesters are saying that the gangs who have the guns were given to them by the government. Listen to somebody who was speaking about the issues in Haiti, and out of his own words, he was saying that the government was giving underprivileged people in bad neighborhoods to join the gangs. Ain't that the same situation that's happening to us? No jobs, cost of living going up. Oh, and y'all remember that whole CIA crack controversy? Where they had a war on drugs, but in the 80s, I didn't know anybody who owned crops, land, to grow it, or any planes with guns or drugs, because all of that stuff is flown in. So maybe what the Haitians are saying is happening to them over there is happening to us too. Now I'm about to get more political, but every time when I talk about politics, they want to send me a message. So go to my YouTube so you can see me expose America for the things that they've been doing to other countries and to us.
A scientifically accepted theory is that dreams are a way for your brain to organize or calibrate your memories. But I've been getting a lot of messages from a growing population of people that are starting to believe that dreams may be much more than this. Some people have theorized that dreams reveal future or past events, stating that they've dreamed about something that came true a day or a week later, or dreamed about something in the past that they never learned before that turned out to be true when they researched it. Others believe that when you dream, you go into an entirely different dimension or alternate reality where you live a life completely separate from the one that you live when you're awake. Now, both those theories are wild yet interesting, and I could go into detail about them in different videos. But there's a third theory that I want to go over that caught my attention. This theory states that as each of us go on with our everyday lives, we encounter things like angels, demons, and high levels of human emotions that our consciousness can't pick up on. However, our subconscious picks up on all of this, and when we dream, it materializes in the way that our brain can process it. Now, this theory sticks out to me because I was researching melatonin, which helps with your internal clock and sleep. And it turns out that people that have taken extra melatonin to help them sleep have reported having intense dreams or nightmares. And the part of the brain that's responsible for producing melatonin naturally is the pineal gland, also nicknamed the third eye, which for thousands of years has been rumored to be a key to seeing into the supernatural or spiritual world. Leave a like if you want me to go deeper on this.
To Sitchin's interpretation of Babylonian religious texts, a giant planet called Nibiru passes by Earth every 3,600 years and allows its sentient inhabitants to interact with humanity. These beings, which Sitchin identified with the Anunnaki of Sumerian myth, would become humanity's first gods. My favorite internet encyclopedia says there's supposed to be a collision. The Nibiru collision is a disastrous encounter between the Earth and a large planetary object. Believers in this doomsday event usually refer to this object as Planet X, or Nibiru. The doomsday event?
not Nova. I have only borrowed her body so that I may bring you an urgent message. Scooby-Doo, your life is in danger. I am of the Anunnaki, interdimensional beings that visit the planet Earth every few thousand years. We arrive at a time called Nibiru, when the barriers between our worlds grow weak. The Anunnaki have a great history of helping humans, but we have no physical form and must inhabit animals. This is why some animals, our descendants, can talk and others cannot. But not all Anunnaki are kind and good. There are evil ones, and the most evil one of all is imprisoned beneath Crystal Cove and must not be set free. You must undo it, Scooby-Doo. Undo it all. Save yourself. Save your friends. Save...
I know this situation has happened before and y'all still ain't do nothing about it. Like, are we gonna stand together this time? And for my protection, TikTok, this video is fake. Now let's get into it. This whole time y'all been seeing Kanye speak out about a lot of things. And every time he would speak out in the increments of his MK Ultra, neuropsychiatric hospitals he goes. Every time somebody digs a little deeper within things, they get canceled, fired, their money goes away until they apologize. Let's take it back 50 years and get 2 more examples. Did y'all know Malcolm X was called anti-Semitic too? Pushed in the media by newspaper articles, Malcolm was speaking out, and when he started to dig too, the injustices, the conditions that Afro people has been going through in this country, and also digging in on his own people. Because like I said, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And he stated that his own people tried to take his life multiple times. He was finding out about his leaders' connections with the government and why he can't speak on certain things. Now Kanye said the same thing. They make us bully ourselves because of our business alignments. Nobody on his team, nobody in the NBA want to support him. They all want to talk down on him. I wonder why. Now let's take it farther. Y'all remember the Black Panther Party? Cause it seemed like ain't nobody trying to step like them. Trying to upgrade the black community, giving out free health clinics, free food for the kids, education, knowledge about rights for non-ether beings. They even had their own newspaper because they knew what the media was trying to do, portray them as evil people. But you know what's crazy though? They still was dismantled, killed, put in jail, all according to the law and according to the rights of America. One of the Black Panther leaders was assassinated by the US government. They drugged him, walked up in his house and just shot everything, and everybody in there walked out with smiles on their face. FBI program destroys the Panthers, putting false accusations against them and all types of things. Now y'all seeing the same thing that y'all saw 50 years ago, and y'all still trying to be involved with all of this, supporting all of these brands, NFL, NBA, Nike, Adidas, News, CNN, history, education, politics. They gave us a month and a television station that they own. I'm over it, y'all. I'm done. It's getting on my nerves. Do something. Boycott, come together or something. Y'all stay dangerous.
It's fact, not fiction. So when I tell you that your house is an electromagnetic wave of light when you're not there, that's what it is. If you play a video game, as above, so below never fails. A video game is the exact reproduction of how we live our lives. The next frame appears as you need it in the video game. And as you move forward, the next part of the frame appears and the next challenge appears. And there's even reincarnation in video games. As soon as you don't learn your lesson and you get killed, you get another life and you start all over again. As above, so below never fails. Never.
So a video game was just created where if you die in the video game, you die in real life. What? So Culture Crave posted that the original creator of the Oculus VR headset that sold to Meta for $2 billion literally made a new VR headset that will kill the person playing if they lose in the game.
Let me get this straight. So if you're playing a shooting game, you get shot in the game, you die in real life?
Yeah, so he made it where if you die in the game, the headset will literally explode. And he did this because he wants to take video games to the next level. And he wants people to think about how they interact in the game and think about their consequences.
Who's honestly going to play this?
Okay, so how it works is when the game says game over, or if you die in the game, it will trigger the headset to set off an explosive to literally destroy your brain. And when you think about it, we already have VR vests that let you feel people hugging you, or you actually feel like you're getting shot in shooting games. So you literally feel everything, and now we could literally die in these video games.
Could you imagine playing 1v1s with a friend like in Call of Duty with this like headset on?
In the 90s and early 2000s. Whenever we started up our computer, we heard the magical sound of Windows XP. Then we'd jump on AIM and wait for our crush to sign on, but they always just immediately signed off a few seconds later. Then at some point, one of your friends would inevitably call you, and before the phone rang, your speakers would make this sound.
Oh, gotta love these TikToks that make you go, The crazy one to me had to be the freaking VR set that will kill you. Yes, the VR set that will kill you. That blows my mind. Who the hell would want a VR set that would kill you when you die in a game? That is just crazy to me. Crazy, crazy, crazy. It blows my mind. It just shows you that this reality that we live in is a virtual reality, is a freaking computer simulation. And it just makes you question and wonder, what else is somebody thinking of making to put us into some other stupid reality that we own? Well, man, if you did enjoy listening anytime, y'all remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and leave me your comments down below. And then with that said too as well, y'all keep your mind open, because those eyes will see everything in front of you. I'm crazy. You stay crazy.
I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.